We've all been there, right? That feeling of being ignored or disrespected or just completely overlooked. It stings. But what if the most powerful thing you could do isn't to shout back? In this explainer, we're going to break down an incredible framework all about building real, unshakable strength in silence.
Just let that question hang in the air for a second. What if the biggest, most impactful move you could ever make when someone does you wrong is to say nothing at all? We're about to dive into how that stillness can be way more powerful than any argument you could possibly have.
So that leads us right into our first big idea, the power of quiet strength. Now, this isn't about being a doormat, not at all. It's about making a conscious decision to operate on a totally different level, refusing to get dragged down into the mud they're trying to stir up.
Okay, so look at this. You basically have two paths you can take. On the left, you've got the path they expect you to take. The anger, the arguments, the lashing out. They're ready for that. But the path on the right, that's the one they never see coming. Responding with silence, turning that negative energy into fuel for your own growth, and just moving with grace.
This quote it nails it, doesn't it? Real impact, the kind that actually lasts. It doesn't come from some big, loud explosion of anger. It comes from a deep, internal strength that just can't be messed with by outside drama.
And that idea of inner strength flows perfectly into our next section. Your growth is your revenge. But listen, this isn't about some petty, I'll show them kind of revenge. This is about leveling up so completely that it stops being about them at all. It just becomes about you.
The whole point of this, the end game, is to become what the source material calls undeniable. Think about that. It's a state where you've built so much, grown so much, and you're so at peace that what other people say or think, it literally becomes irrelevant noise. Your success is the only statement you need to make. So, how do you actually do that? Well, first, you take all their doubt, and instead of letting it weigh you down, you turn it into rocket fuel. Second, you stop wasting your energy looking at them, and you point all of it inward, on building yourself. And finally, you just put in the work. You let your results, your success, your whole transformation do all the talking.
And this right here, this is a huge mental shift. You stop seeing that pain or that betrayal as just a wound you have to heal from. Instead, you see it as the raw material, like the very bricks you can use to build a stronger character, unshakable confidence, and a future they can't even comprehend.
Okay, now we're getting into the really advanced stuff. The source calls this becoming the unpredictable storm. It's all about mastering your own inner world so completely that nobody, and I mean nobody, can push your buttons or pull your strings ever again.
I mean, just think about it for a second. The people who try to get under your skin, they have a game plan, right? They expect you to react to every little jab. They want you to get dragged into pointless fights and to desperately seek their approval. They know that version of you.
But then you become this version. You stop just reacting and you start responding with actual wisdom. You start moving with a quiet purpose instead of just making noise. You develop this amazing combination of a fire inside and total calm on the outside. You become focused, disciplined, and honestly, untouchable. You've just thrown out their entire playbook.
And that is why this is so incredibly powerful. See, loud, messy, chaotic reactions are predictable. But a person who has complete and total self-control, that is seriously unsettling to people who love to create chaos. Your discipline becomes your superpower.
And all of this self-control, this inner mastery, it leads to the ultimate power move, mastering the art of walking away. And this is not about quitting or giving up. It's about taking back every ounce of power they tried to take from you by simply deciding your own peace is more important.
Now, I know this sounds pretty bold, right? They only respect you when you walk away. But think about the truth in it. So often, people just don't see your value when you're always there, always available. Sometimes, it's your absence that finally makes them see what they lost. And I mean, look at the difference here. It's night and day. Staying in a place where you aren't valued, it just slowly chips away at you. But walking away with your head held high, that is a powerful act. It's how you reclaim your self-respect, command recognition, and most importantly, get your peace back. So this completely flips the script on what betrayal even means. See, walking away isn't you betraying them. The real betrayal is the one you commit against yourself by staying in a situation that hurts you, silences you, or makes you feel small. Being loyal to your own well-being is the highest form of loyalty there is. So after all this work, where do you end up? You get to this final stage, living above the noise.
This is a state of being where their drama literally can't even touch you anymore. It's like your personal growth has given you an altitude where their negativity just can't breathe.
You know, this is a tough one, but it's just a fundamental truth. As you elevate yourself, as you grow, you will have to separate from people and mindsets that are content to stay on the ground. It's just a natural part of the process.
Okay, I absolutely love this line from the source material. The idea that your growth is so huge, so complete, that the distance between who you are now and who they used to know is just massive. They literally need binoculars to even get a fuzzy picture of the person you've become.
And this is what the view looks like from up there. You're not interested in reacting anymore. You'd rather reflect. You value your peace way more than you value proving a point. You stop making yourself small just to make other people feel comfortable. Your life, your success, your calm, that is the only statement you'll ever need to make.
And that's really the final evolution here. The goal isn't to spend your life building walls and constantly trying to block out negativity. The goal is to grow so much that you just transcend it. Their noise becomes completely irrelevant because you're just operating on a different frequency.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought. Once you've done the work, once you've found that peace, and you've outgrown all that drama, the question isn't about them anymore. It's about you. In that powerful, beautiful quiet that you've earned for yourself, what are you going to build?